There are over 1.2 billion cars licensed on the world's roads today. So perhaps it's unsurprising that some people think they can drive like this. But what might surprise them is that they are now being caught on camera.
It's all on camera, buddy. I don't give a shit.
With as many as 50 million people injured each year on our roads, the use of dashboard cameras or dash cams has experienced a meteoric rise. And incidents captured on these cameras, along with CCTV and mobile phone footage, are being passed to police to help detect dangerous drivers and convict crash-for-cash criminals. But more often than not, these cameras bear witness to the daily antics that unfold on our roads, with people posting their dramatic near misses online to become viral sensations. In this series, we'll uncover the hilarious, the hazardous, and the downright outrageous footage taken directly from streets across the globe. And we've tracked down the people who caught these moments on camera.
People don't necessarily understand the power that they have in their hands.
To get the story behind what happened.
Did not feel real.
And although you may see some pretty shocking stuff, not a single incident featured involves a reported fatality. We've handpicked hundreds of the most eye-popping events captured on camera. So prepare to meet the world's deadliest drivers. Head on. Coming up on the world's deadliest drivers, there's some, watch out. A good dollop of, hey, slow down. And a sprinkling of, I say. Only popped in for a buck of stumps. But first, dangerous drivers might be bad, but there's an even more deadly menace on the world's roads, and it's silently taking over. But what is it, dear viewer? Is it cyclists? Vans? Trucks, surely? No, it is far worse than that. It is inanimate objects. Inanimate objects are always where you least expect them, like right behind you, or sometimes straight in front of you. Did you see that fence? It came out from nowhere. 1 minute, it's right in front of you, and then, bam, it's still right in front of you. Sometimes these inanimate objects are even above you. The driver's thinking, some mystical object has me trapped. Help! Just keep trying to drive forwards, but why is it not working? What evil has befallen my beautiful truck?
All right, Sandra, love. See you Saturday. Thank God she's gone, silly old cow.
That's karma, my friends. It's karma. Inanimate objects have even started gathering in herds. This innocent pickup truck is first attacked by a small wall. And then a series of vicious, flimsy signage. Understandably, people are running scared. Lampposts, they're everywhere. Watch how this ferocious lamppost leaps out into the road to savagely maul our innocent and careful driver. Some people have tried to fight back, but these inanimate objects won't give up without a fight.
Drive, hit it!
In a shocking development, they've even started possessing other cars and turning them into inanimate objects. Look at all these inanimate parked cars. Our poor driver doesn't stand a chance. One moment, the car is parked, and the next, boom, it is still parked. Just hope the driver's okay. Hang on, it's a flipping dog. And can you spot our next cunningly disguised inanimate object, silently waiting to ensnare its next victim? Neither did he. Neither did he. Don't say you haven't been warned of the dangers of inanimate objects. Think that went a bit big on that? Was that all right? Yeah, we'll keep it.
We do find that drivers have struck inanimate objects that have been there for many years. You do ask those questions as to why, and it boils down to distraction. Distraction whilst they're driving, whether it be mobile phones, whether it be having something to eat, drink, etc. They're all things that you can do whilst you're not driving, and if you can do that, please pull off at the next exit. Make sure you do it in a safe environment before you continue your journey, because these are the sort of things that will lead you down the road of distraction, which means that you can have these incidents.
Thanks, Rob. Whether it be evil objects or distracted drivers, there's no doubt about it. The world's roads are a gauntlet of hazards. But when you go off-road, things can get even more deadly, as 55-year-old snowmobiler Curtis Johnson from Sycamoose in British Columbia knows only too well.
Sycamoose is right in the middle of 4 mountains. We generally have at least 30 feet of snow. It piles up all year long. The incident happened on a spring day. It was a weekend. The riding conditions that day were absolutely amazing. There's a little gully that we follow down. Been there many, many times. This spring day, it slid. I saw the avalanche break loose. It was probably 400 feet wide, and it's just a wall of snow. You can see it coming, but as it comes down, it just gathers more and more snow. I thought I'd have time to jump out of the way or ride it out or something, but it hit me so fast. It sent me flying and sent my sled flying and buried me in a heartbeat. I had no idea where I was, whether I was up or down. Just roll with the snow, and when you finally come to a stop, hope you see daylight. It just crushes you. You get packed in and you can't move. You just trapped, helpless. Your life flashes before your eyes. It's terrifying. It doesn't take very long to be suffocated under the snow. So I tried to dig out with my one arm, and I think I got my glove above the snow. Very hard to stay calm, and even though I'm trying to tell myself, breathe shallow, it's going like and that doesn't really help. I'm not sure how long I was under. It couldn't have been very long because my buddies weren't that far away.
Are you okay?
Once they got to me, they grabbed my hand, so I knew they were there, and then they dug down to my helmet really fast because they had no idea I could breathe or if I was unconscious. Yeah, they dug for a long time. 3 of them with shovels to get me out. I knew I wasn't gonna die then. If I would have been deeper, yeah, might not have made it. When I was pulled out, I think the first thing I said was, where's my snowmobile?
You don't have the sled anywhere? It's right here.
No injuries, none at all. After being in an avalanche, I realized just how dangerous they are. I look at the big hills a lot different than I did before. I have a new respect for the snow. I just thank my lucky stars that my friends were there and I wasn't sledding alone.
Yep, you've got to have respect for the snow. especially when driving in it. So we're conducting a Q&A on snow knowledge, or snollage as it's become known. Our first question comes from Jim in Ohio. Jim says, what is the best way to drive in the snow? Well, Jim, here at World's Deadliest Drivers, or WDD as we'll refer to ourselves from this point forward, we recommend the only way to do it is slow and steady. No sudden moves, just keep it nice and calm. I hope that's helped, Jim. Question 2 comes from Sally in London. Sally says, Dear WDD, what should I do if I start to skid? Good question, Sally. If you feel your car start to skid, then just ease off the accelerator and turn into the slide, okay? Just make sure you don't ease off the accelerator and slide into the side of a goods truck. Question 3 comes from Heinz in Bremen in Germany. Thanks for getting in touch, Heinz. He says, should I use my brakes in the snow? Of course, Heinz. You should always use your brakes, whether you're in the snow or you're on a dry road. Always use your brakes. Although if there's too much snow on the road, brakes can be fairly useless, as this clip quite clearly illustrates. There's a whole load of braking going on, with varying degrees of effectiveness. Wait till the big boys get involved. Do you know what? If in doubt and it's snowing, get out your car and just go sledging. Build a snowman, throw a snowball. Just enjoy yourself. You can say what you like about crashes in the snow. They're certainly a lot more epic. But I think we can go bigger. Now, this is more epic. Let's head over to Russia and see how they're coping. Snow, freezing fog and zero visibility. Most people would close the roads, but not here. Not only are people driving in these conditions, they're actually trying to overtake each other. Rather you than me. Yes, snow and explosions certainly do up the epicness. On to our next clip now, entitled, Where Not to Park in Russia. Count them with me. 1, 2, 3. You'd think someone would stop, wouldn't you? 4, 5. Imagine coming back from the shops and your car's been dinged. 6 times? 7 times? Sorry, I didn't think that was possible, 7, but it is. So the answer to the question, where shouldn't you park? Russia. Remember, snow means slow.
When you talk about weather, you're talking about one thing that's going to get you in trouble: speed. People think you need to go to some winter driving school. Okay, lesson 1, slow down. Lesson 2, slow down. Lesson 3, and you'll graduate. Slow down.
Yeah, maybe calm down a bit, Doug, you freak. Do me head in. So, as we've seen, dash cams can capture all kinds of collisions, detecting dangerous drivers and therefore proving popular with the police.
We have dash cam videos equipped on the passenger side of our vehicle. I think videos are more powerful sometimes than just words, so it helps us out tremendously.
But of course, some road traffic accidents aren't an accident at all, as Sheriff Sullivan and his partner were about to discover.
It was a very nice day, really no traffic, not a lot of crashes, none at all if I can recall. I observed the vehicle at a high rate of speed. I believe she was traveling 72 in a 55. She pulled over without incident. The passenger that was in the car was her mom. At the time, I didn't know that because she identified herself as just a friend. And it just seemed like it'd be a normal traffic stop. The female gave me an identification card. I went back to the squad car, ran the name, and it was suspended, so it is our policy to tow a vehicle. Started thinking, knowing something was wrong, when she kept saying, I'm never gonna get my car back, why do you gotta tow it? Please, I'm not gonna get my car back, can you just cut me a break? She was unwilling to get out of the car at that time. Because it's a safety hazard, us being on the freeway as long as we were, my partner decided we need to escort her out of the car and get things moving. Before we were able to escort her, she threw the car in reverse. It was a shock. It was a moment of shock. It's kind of like being in a movie when everything blacks out, your senses, your vision, and then as soon as she hit the squad car, everything came back. And at the time when she backed it up, she also struck her mom. We got metal bars on the front of our squad cars, and that's to help us push disabled vehicles out of traffic. Her vehicle sustained severe damage. The trunk of the vehicle was pushed in. She took off at a high rate of speed in traffic, not really concerned about any other citizens or motoring public. And at the time, my partner and I both ran back to our squad cars. He actually got in the vehicle and took off. She could have killed an innocent bystander when she shot out in traffic like that. I got back to my squad car, noticed her mom was down. So my partner left the scene and I attempted to render aid to her mother. Said she couldn't move her leg, so I called immediately for an ambulance. Not really worried or concerned about my injuries, just because the adrenaline is still pumping in. Considering what happened, I'm just very grateful and thankful for everything, just to still be here.
The driver's mother suffered injuries to her leg, and the driver was later identified as 23-year-old mother of three, Kevina Freeman.
Miss Freeman was captured 3 days later, and she was incarcerated to 7 years in prison. The dash cam helped out tremendously. It was straightforward. There really wasn't too much that you could argue. My message to any dangerous driver planning to flee is just simple: don't do it. Just no matter how big or little the issue is, it's about being safe.
Well, after that story, I think we all need to take a deep breath and just relax for a moment. Mindfulness can be so beneficial. When you breathe in the cosmic energy of the universe, you breathe out a greater understanding of your astral plane. So what we're going to do now is realign our chakras and cleanse our energy centers. Yeah, just keep looking forward, mate. Another altercation on the roads now. Man versus car. Man wins. I'll give that round to the car. And that one. Yeah, game, set and match to the car. But please don't let this intimidate you on the road. Not everyone is a mental motorist. We're going to let all this automotive stress just wash away. Take a breath in, let your shoulders drop. Chill out, guys. Uh-oh. Here we go. What's happening here? What? I beg your pardon. 5 fingers? Goodness me. I can only begin to imagine what 5 fingers means. This Taiwanese lady has got her own superior sense of spatial awareness. I feel we may be seeing more of this lady. She is not moving for anyone.
He's running red! He's jumping the Claremont sign!
What's gonna happen here? What's supposed to happen?
Over in Claremont, Western Australia, we found a right plonker in full view.
Maybe he got caught cheating. He's been chased out.
This junk-out jogger has drawn the attention of the local police for letting it all hang loose. Never mind his bits and bobs, look at his hairy angel wings on his back. Like they're made out of pubes. Yeah. Surely one of these coppers has got to tackle him any minute, no pun intended. Oh, there we go. One of the boys in blue there. Truth hurts, especially when a policeman's restraining you on the concrete. Oh, which reminds me. Yeah, I think I'll just get the bus to work instead, guys. I'll have to go past this lady. She is freaking me out. Yep, the crazies on the carriageway can ruin your #navigation and chill. Everyone comes across roadblocks in life, and sometimes they might even be other drivers. But remember, rise above, turn the other cheek, do unto others as you would be done unto. Wait, hang on. What? Whoa. Well, as it says in Matthew 5:41, all parking tickets get paid by the big fella upstairs. In the States, there's yet more road rage. Having blocked the dashcam car in, this guy's ready for a confrontation. But he might just check something first. Ha! Who said dashcams don't work?
Your car is your own little bubble, and it can be your own sanctuary, your own private space to think and just be you for a while. And what people don't like is that when they're in their own little safe space, if someone interrupts it, even in the tiniest way, it can set them off. Which is why road rage is such a thing, because you don't want to be disturbed. You want to do your own thing. But what they don't know is that person is also in their own bubble. And so you end up with this kind of imbalance of bubbles and then screaming and shouting and finger waving.
Our friend in Taiwan certainly is in her own little bubble. Phew. Finally. Shouldn't laugh, really. I mean, even that can get you into trouble nowadays.
Funny, man? You think this shit's funny?
Watch out, honey.
You laughing at me?
No, I wasn't.
Let's go.
You better laugh at somebody else, motherfucker, man.
I was laughing at you and you thought I was laughing at him.
Someone's a bit touchy, aren't they?
You better laugh at somebody else, motherfucker, man.
So, we've seen what happens when you don't slow down for snow, what happens when you let your dog drive, and what happens when it all gets a bit too much. But with 3 million dashcams on the world's roads, there's plenty more where that came from. So join us next time for more from the world's deadliest drivers.